The excitement is building in Browns Nation as we dive into Emmanuel McNeel Warren's potential impact on the team. The head coach recently dropped hints about what could be the steal of this draft. Meanwhile, there's buzz swirling around the owner's shifting focus to the NBA, maybe putting the Browns in the background. With so much on the line, let's break down what this all means for our dog pound. The owner first made headlines in 2012 after buying the majority stake in the Browns, bringing with him a promise to restore the team's past glory. Fast forward to today, and it's hard to ignore that with just one playoff win under his belt since then, that promise hasn't been even close to fulfilled. Fans in the dog pound have been waiting, and let's be real, it's beginning to feel like a long wait for some real action on the field. Amidst this backdrop of unmet expectations, it's noteworthy that the owner and his wife have also invested in the Milwaukee Bucks, purchasing a minority stake for a whopping $800 million. While it's great to see investment happening, it raises some eyebrows about where the focus truly lies. Is it with the Browns, or is the NBA now taking precedence? This split attention could risk the Browns becoming a secondary focus, leaving fans feeling sidelined yet again. From the outside looking in, it seems like losing depth in management might hurt more than anyone is willing to admit, especially when the games heat up in December. As the season approaches, this dynamic could have a significant impact on how the team navigates its challenges. The pressure is on for the Browns to deliver, and with such high stakes, there's no room for distractions. The dog pound deserves better, and we all want to see the team rise to the occasion. With the offseason rolling along, the Browns' starting offensive line is starting to take shape, and it's about time we break down who's locked in for the season. Our first-round pick, Spencer Fano, is all set to take the left tackle position. That move effectively locks in Titus Howard, our recent trade acquisition, over at right tackle. It's confirmation we've been waiting for, especially from Zach Jackson of The Athletic, and it means we're one step closer to solidifying our line. Over at left guard, Zion Johnson isn't budging either. He's been signed as a free agent, and unless we see some injuries or unforeseen developments, fingers crossed, dog pound, he'll be holding down that spot. What this tells us is that for now, the pressure is taken off these guys to prove themselves week in and week out. Consistency is key on the line, and with these players seemingly entrenched, the Browns can focus on other positions as we inch ever closer to kickoff. But let's be real here. Nothing is set in stone. The pressure from fans is palpable, and every player knows it. This team has a history, one laced with instability and decisions that have fired up the dog pound in both good and bad ways. So, while our offensive line might appear set at first glance, one wrong twist of fate, like an injury, and we're back to the drawing board. Losing depth hurts more than people think, especially in December, and I can't stress enough that the dog pound deserves a reliable front line. In a league where injuries are a part of life, the question remains, are we truly ready to face what lies ahead? Todd Monken didn't hold back when he spoke about Emmanuel McNeel Warren, and the buzz around this kid is growing louder by the minute. The Browns head coach made it clear after seeing him practice that McNeel Warren could very well turn out to be the steal of the draft. That's music to our ears, dog pound. These rookie minicamps are not just ceremonial. They give us our first glimpse into the potential impact these new players can bring to the squad. The Browns have found what could be a significant gem in the second round of the 2026 NFL Draft. It's refreshing to see the coaching staff genuinely excited about a young player who doesn't come with loads of hype, but rather with raw talent and a hunger to prove himself. The truth is, we've seen this story too many times before, where fans invest hope only to be met with underwhelming performances. But Monken's words hint at something different this time around. In fact, he dropped a killer quote about McNeel Warren that should get any Browns fan fired up. He praised the newcomer's mindset and tenacity on the field, suggesting that this guy isn't just another player. He might bring a new energy, something we desperately need. With the way things have shaped up in our division, having a player who can disrupt opposing offenses would be a game changer. Looking at the Browns' defensive strategies, adding someone with McNeel Warren's potential could flip the script in crucial games. Let's be real, there's a thirst for a defense that people dread facing on Sundays. If McNeel Warren can grasp the playbook and translate that into tangible results on the field, we could see our defense actually making a name for itself this season. Rookie minicamp has been essential. It's the dawning of a new era with 10 new rookies joining the team, and while not every player will make an immediate impact, every bit of talent can help elevate the squad as a whole. As we know, the Browns' success heavily relies on the depth and skill of the defense. With McNeel Warren already catching the attention of the coaching staff, the possibility of him thriving alongside established players adds a layer of intrigue as the season looms. Fans shouldn't dare underestimate what a diamond in the rough like McNeel Warren could mean for us in those pivotal December games. It's during that crunch time that we need players who can rise to the occasion, and everything we've heard suggests he could be one of those guys. In a league where every play counts, you can never have too many weapons on your side, and it sounds like the Browns may have just added one to their arsenal. So, the pressure is there, and the expectations are climbing. But let's see how McNeel Warren withstands the heat as he integrates into the squad. Should he live up to Monken's hype, we might just be witnessing the start of something special for the dog pound this season. The potential is there. Now it's all about execution when it matters. The Browns have made some serious moves during this offseason, addressing their roster needs with a handful of new faces. After drafting 10 players this year, they didn't stop there. They've added 13 undrafted free agents to the mix, which is bound to shake things up in camp. This influx of talent gives the coaching staff plenty to work with as they gear up for a crucial season. Let's talk about some of these undrafted hopefuls. While we often hear the spotlight shining on high draft picks, the truth is that gems can be found in this undrafted pool. Aaron Anderson and Aiden Huntington are names to keep an eye on as they join the challenge for roster spots. These newcomers bring not only fresh legs, but also a chance to prove they belong at the highest level. We've seen it time and again, undrafted players stepping up to become impactful contributors. The addition of these 13 rookies shows the Browns are serious about building depth and competition within the squad. It's not just about finding starters, it's about creating a culture of competitiveness that fuels the team's overall growth. Each of these players will have their chance to impress during training camp, and we can only hope they make the most of it. One particular position to watch will be the offensive line. With the first-round pick Spencer Fano locking in at left tackle and Titus Howard set at right tackle, there's a strong foundation. Adding versatile players in the undrafted mix could bolster what we have. It's a crucial time for the Browns to solidify their line, especially with postseason aspirations on the horizon. It's clear this front office is leaving no stone unturned. They're bringing in talent from all avenues, and that should get all of us in Browns Nation excited. However, we know how these things go. There's always the risk of tough decisions down the line as roster cuts approach. As much as we root for these underdogs, not everyone will make it through, and that's just part of the game. For a team with the storied struggles like the Browns, it's refreshing to see a proactive approach to revamping the roster. The fight for a spot on this team is going to be fierce, and that's exactly the energy we need heading into this season. So, let's hope these undrafted free agents come in hungry and ready to compete, bringing that dog pound mentality to the field. With the stakes higher than ever, every player, drafted or undrafted, has to bring their A game. The Browns' starting offensive line appears to be finding its footing as training camp approaches. Elgton Jenkins is set to be the starting center once he makes a full recovery from that pesky leg fracture that cut his 2025 season short. This is crucial for a line that has seen its fair share of shakeups, and having Jenkins back brings a sigh of relief for both fans and teammates alike. Honestly, this is the type of solidifying news we've been looking for, especially after a season riddled with inconsistencies. The stability he brings can't be overstated. It sets the tone for how the rest of the offensive unit can gel together. With the added veteran presence, the competition level is bound to rise throughout the squad. Positions are on the line every day in camp, and the vibe in the locker room is about to get more intense. We've seen how a tight-knit group can lead to success, and Jenkins' experience could be the glue that brings this team together as they prepare for an uphill battle against tougher defenses. For a fan base like ours, rooted deep in the dog pound tradition and desperate for a playoff berth, having a solid starting five on the offensive line is critical. It's not just about protecting our quarterbacks anymore. It's about establishing a run game that can control the clock and keep the chains moving. If Jenkins comes back strong, that could just elevate the entire offense and make a statement in the division. As we look toward the season, let's hope for health and cohesion. The thrill of seeing our guys firing on all cylinders is what it's all about. The excitement is palpable as Browns Nation gears up for what could be a defining season. Let's ride or die together on this journey. The Browns have made some bold moves this offseason, and it's fair to say they're not just sitting back and hoping for the best. After securing 10 new players in this year's draft, they've turned their attention to undrafted free agents, signing 13 to bring fresh competition into the mix. It's clear the front office is determined to shake things up, and that's exactly what we need. These rookies not only add to the depth chart, but also fuel the intensity in training camp. Each of these new faces knows they have a chance to earn their spot, and that's the kind of environment that can push players to elevate their game. Names like Aaron Anderson and Aiden Huntington are about to step into the spotlight, and they'll be looking to make some noise as they compete for roster spots. But let's be real, while fans often get excited about the big names in the draft, history has shown us that undrafted players can turn into real contributors. The Browns know the value of fostering a culture where hard work and perseverance pay off, especially given our team's history of instability. With blood, sweat, and tears, literally, these guys can help change the narrative. As training camp ramps up, the atmosphere is primed for competition. Watching how these undrafted free agents mesh with our established stars should be interesting. The Dog Pound thrives on that grit and determination, and we all know that when you put in the effort, good things follow. The stakes are sky high, and every single player, drafted or undrafted, has to be ready to ride or die for this team. Honestly, this is the type of update that tells us more than the headline itself. The reaction from Browns Nation has been a mixed bag as the impact of Emmanuel McNeel Warren unfolds. Fans are excited about the potential this rookie brings, but there's also an underlying anxiety. Let's face it, with our history of hype machines not delivering, the skepticism is understandable. The chatter surrounding McNeel Warren isn't just casual, it's taking over conversations in our tailgates and online forums. Everyone's locked in, analyzing what this means for the locker room and the competition for spots. Players know that a rookie bursting onto the scene can shake up not just positions, but also dynamics. Competition in the position battles has the potential to elevate the energy, pushing established players to step up their game. On a strategic front, the Browns are clearly looking to shift the narrative. They can't afford another season filled with disappointment, and integrating McNeel Warren into the defense could be part of a larger game plan to fortify our presence in the AFC North. Every edge counts, especially in those tight divisional matchups looming on the schedule. If McNeel Warren can quickly grasp the playbook and gel with his teammates, it might just signal a turning point for our defense. Losing depth has been a painful topic for fans, especially as we gear up for December. I believe McNeel Warren has the grit that could make a significant difference when it matters most. Here's hoping he can bring that fire to the field, because we all know the Dog Pound deserves to see a team that fights tooth and nail, ready to ride or die. From my view, this shifts how we should read the Browns' short-term plan.